video, we are cruising Royal Caribbean's icon of the seas.
Wow, this is your entrance. And that pearl was crazy.
Wow, this is insane.
It is indeed an icon.
We're going to let you know whether or not the world's biggest cruise ship is right for you, and whether this should be a cruise that you take with your friends, that you take with the one that you love, or if this is more likely a family ship. So let's get started. Let's first talk about boarding a ship. You know, embarkation day, so important. You want to make sure that you have your ID, your boarding pass, and all your information on you. Don't put it in your suitcase and then give it to the porters, because they won't be able to retrieve it and you won't be able to get on the ship.
That is a fact.
But with all things being good and you have your information, what do you think some of the things they should expect at the Miami Cruise Terminal?
Well, the first thing that I think you should expect is to be aware of the traffic getting into the port. So if you are flying in from out of town, just make sure that you get there in enough time, because it's a massive ship and there's 7,000 passengers getting in and off that ship. So it could be a lot of traffic for even your Uber drivers or someone that's dropping you off. So very, very aware of that and show up with enough time.
Right, and then make sure they're taking you to the correct terminal, because there are a lot of ships. There are other Royal Caribbean ships. There are, I think we saw Norwegian, we saw Virgin, we saw MSC. So you just want to make sure that you are in the right place. But once you are, and you get those bags to the porters,
oh, it was a breeze.
Smooth.
I was pleasantly surprised, again, by how much space was available for everybody to get in and off of what's the area there when we going in and giving them an ID and checking in and all that. That space.
The cruise terminal?
Oh, see, that's why she's the expert here, y'all. I just go on the vacations, okay? If you want all the right terminology, y'all talk to Shira, okay? The cruise terminal.
And speaking of, this is Ant, and I am Shira, and this is Ant and Shira Adventures. And on this channel, we bring you our cruise travels, our resort travels.
Yes.
We critique the food, and we just let you know our honest review on whether or not we like the ship. And based on that, you can decide for yourself whether this should be something you invest your money in.
Straight up.
Or maybe you want to pass on it.
Okay.
So once you get inside the ship, you've already taken your pictures, you had your photo ops, you've gone down that gangway, and when you walk in an Icon class ship,
Come on.
you're greeted in a way that you're not going to be greeted on any other ship.
Absolutely insane. When you walk into this ship and you see that massive pearl, and I mean the beauty of the ship, the spaciousness of the ship, it was a mesmerizing, eye-opening experience. Seriously, sensory overload for sure.
Yes, and the music is playing, and that pearl is like the heart of the ship, and so everyone wants to like get their photo ops. They're taking their pictures and everything, and just really taking it all in. And you know, you still gotta go to that mustard station.
Oh.
But go ahead and go get it out the way.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I was surprised it wasn't a bad experience too, because while you're going there, I mean, you're still looking around the ship, you're still seeing how beautiful it is, all of the, you know, it's just a magnificent experience. And then it was really, really quick, because I think we just showed in and they scanned us or something?
Yes, and they only need to scan one person per cabin, so they don't have to go to each individual person. It was so fast, and then from there, we're straight going to the lunch buffet. You really don't need to do any type of private VIP and get some type of separate lunch, because the Windjammer buffet on an Icon class ship is going to have a lobster seafood buffet in the Windjammer on day one, so you don't want to miss that if you love lobster. But it's a lot of really good stuff. They had prime rib, they had salmon, they had pork chops. I mean, you name it, they had it. So
they had it, but don't be over here just skipping past the lobster like it's just like it was popcorn shrimp from Popeyes. I mean, it was it was a lobster buffet. You know what I'm just saying?
I was just trying to include people that maybe, you know, not excited about the seafood. Like I have clients, they're like, well, that's not going to impress me because I don't like seafood. I'm just saying it's more than that. Speaking of how they cater to people, if you have a gluten allergy or you have celiac, they have a whole section in the Windjammer just with gluten-free food. They have it like spread throughout, and then they have it separate. Now this is the thing, if you want to eat gluten-free food, some of it is like identical, but there's no one ever over there. So pro tip, if you go to the back, not only would you be able to get your food faster, but you'll be able to find plenty of seating, because everyone wants to just be like towards the front, but there's great seating, great views in the back, and a great option to choose from.
That's true. You know, and surprisingly, it was a lot of the gluten-free food was actually good. You know, I guess now that I'm 50, sometimes, you know, I got to watch that, you know, different foods do be affecting you. I didn't think I had a gluten problem, but actually a lot of the gluten food was still pretty good.
It was really good. And so with the lobster, when we went on Icon, we had a hard time finding all the lobster because some of it is cold, some of it is grilled, some of it is warm. And when I went on Star this past week, we have that video on there. Turns out we went and found 4 different lobsters, and our favorite one was the gluten-free lobster.
Gluten-free lobster?
It was the gluten-free lobster. It didn't have all the seasoning on it as the other lobsters, and it was not cold. It was warm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the gluten-free lobster. They have a lot of different lobsters, so you got to look under favorite. Like, don't just looking at one section like we did the first time.
Yeah.
So we're letting you know, the first time when we went on Icon, we looked in one section and we were happy. But when I went back on Star, then we went and we looked, and they had 4 different sections that actually had lobster.
I will also say that the Windjammer, I mean, the size of it and the multiple areas for people to be able to dine, again, with that amount of people getting in and off the ship, wanting to eat, because you know y'all folks you know how y'all go on a cruise. You don't never eat that much at home. Go on a cruise and just go crazy.
It's just right there.
I mean, just act a fool. But it was a lot of space on there, man, for families of large sizes. Because we saw some massive groups, you know, family reunion people, and they might have had like 20, 30 people, and they never was like in the way. We always was able to pretty much find somewhere to sit comfortably and never felt like it was a crowd around us like that, you know? So definitely, I think everyone would appreciate the space of the Windjammer.
Yes, completely agree. So now let's talk about cabin, okay? Because we had a little bit of a hiccup when it came to our cruise cabin. So remember, we actually put in a bid because we had an ocean view balcony, and we put in a bid, a RoyalUp bid for the extended ocean view balcony. And I'm just gonna be honest with you all. I had somebody in the group the other day got mad at me because I won my RoyalUp bid, but then they gave us like the extended balcony on like a low floor, and it was like in a smoking section, and I was just like, oh my God, this is not a RoyalUp. Beware, some of those RoyalUps really be Royal Downs, but once you do a bid for RoyalUp, there's really like no way to get out of it. Mm-hmm. But I wrote a letter.
She wrote letters, y'all.
A very eloquent and persuasive letter, and they did change us. So with the extended balcony, you'll be able to see in the cabin tour, is that there's like recliners out there, so it's not just like, table and chairs and recliners, and you even have like an ottoman or whatever, where you put your feet up and everything, so.
Oh, yeah. I enjoy sitting out there too. Yeah, just enjoying the weather, the breeze. But being able to sit out there on the balcony, that's one of my favorite things to do on a cruise. Just at peace, just chilling, especially after you've been running around at port doing different things or trying to do all these activities and all that. But just to go on a cruise and just chill, I guess is that my age again? Is that my age talking again, y'all?
And to take a nap. You like that too, like take a nap. And the beds were comfortable, and the cabin was spacious. The Icon class ships have these little baskets at the bottom with the storage and stuff, so you also have baskets in addition to just being able to put things in your closet. The safe, it was very hard to find the safe, but there's like a body mirror, and it turns out that body mirror next to the bathroom is actually a cabinet. Yes. And we did not know that at first, but you can open it up, and then you'll see more shelves, and you'll also see a safe. So so that's how it is with the cabin. It's really nice, and also this is a great time too if you've already eaten, if you need to take a nap, like some of us take that nap, Because if you get on the ship early enough, you'll still have time to take a nap before the celebrate party.
Yeah.
And so, really great opportunity to do that. Also, another pro tip is on Icon class ships, they are going to do a balloon drop first night at midnight. They're going to have a street party, and then they're going to start having music. And you want to be rested up for that. And considering the fact that you've been traveling, what have you, and if you get to be like our age, you can sleep right through it if you don't plan your day right. So you might want to get a nap in, what have you. Yeah, get rest up, maybe get you some coffee or something. So you can make that midnight balloon drop.
Yeah, you do want to be in that. I ain't gonna even lie. You want to feel that ether, the excitement, all of that, you know. But you ain't lying, man. I be needing a nap. I'm just saying, y'all. You know, you leaving from the West Coast to the East Coast, that 3-hour time difference. You know, flight, jet lag, all of that. You know, and adrenaline, it just gonna wear off on you. You know, it's gonna wear off no matter what.
Well, for those of you who adrenaline does not wear off so quickly, also you want to start thinking about entertainment. And honestly, for Royal Caribbean's large ships like the Oasis class ships and the Icon class ships, you really want to do this in advance. So if check-in is 30 days before your sail date, I mean, as soon as you check in or as soon as it pops up and it's available, because sometimes it's available sooner. And here's another pro tip, just so, you know, as not just a content creator, but as a cruise travel agent, it's going to work better online than the app. And I found this out from the higher ups at Royal Caribbean themselves, that if you are trying to like make choices for either, you know, reservations at specialty dining or reservations at particular shows, go and do that online and do it as soon as possible. When we go on these type of ships, we like to have all our reservations done. Otherwise, you'll be in the standing line or the standby line, and normally they'll get you in. But who wants to like have to wait until everybody else get in and then you get a leftover seat?
Okay.
Right. So make your reservations in advance. Their Broadway style show right now that is on Icon is The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of
And
Oz,
we had reservations to see that. And it was absolutely fantastic. What were some other your highlights of the entertainment? Like what shows?
Yeah.
You want
Well, the first thing I want to say is I'm just telling y'all need to holler at Shira because I just be on the vacation. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I mean, you have made our vacation experiences absolutely wonderful. Cause sometimes I just want to go on the ship. I'm good just sitting and chilling. But because you make those reservations, she thinks ahead, y'all. I mean, like planning that stuff out, and I show up and I'm just being here like, well, dang, baby, thank you. So if y'all need somebody to help y'all really truly like plan out the trip, you know, leave some comments in the comment section. Comments in the comment section with different pro tips. Make, like, for instance, you know, just I ain't gonna gloss over this, but making the reservations online is a massive difference between the app, and we've experienced that in the past, and I've gotten really, really frustrated with those apps on various cruise ships. So that is a great pro tip. But the entertainment on Icon, oh my God, Vegas style, straight up. Vegas style, Broadway style.
You're looking at shows like the ice show, ice skating show, phenomenal. They have a water show, and this time on the Icon class ships, the water show is no longer outside. They've brought that into the AquaDome. They created a whole nother area. There's an aqua market with different, you know, food, almost like a food court.
Yes.
It is absolutely phenomenal, and they're doing different types of, like, let's just say different types of acrobatic entertainment on the water show for Icon class compared to the Oasis class.
Oh my Lord.
They're doing some different things.
So how do you say it? Cirque du Soleil? I mean, the entertainment was Vegas style. It was Broadway style. Professional. It didn't feel cheesy. It didn't feel like you're watching like some, you know, high school show. No, this was straight on. Those people deserve to be paid top dollar, and to have all of that included, And whatever the price is, and y'all, look, I'm telling you, you got to holler at Shira. You got to holler at Shira. She be getting the hookup on these things, whether it is getting you more for your more bang for your buck or whatever. You reach out to Shira, hit her up, hit the link, and make sure that you get in touch with her to book that cruise, because she gonna tell you, she gonna give you the truth straight up. Me, I'm just gonna show up and have a good time.
Okay, and a good time you did have. So let's talk about a good time. That makes me think about the drink package. So,
And it was dynamite.
speaking of a good time, let's talk about the drinks on the ship. Whether or not you need a drink package. And what I've learned from my clients is there's some people, they just want a drink package because they drink that much. And so it's a value for them. We got to drink anytime we wanted to drink, but we didn't have a package.
No. Those drink packages are extremely expensive. I mean, just as far as dollar cost wise. But for the convenience of just being able to go up to the bar and, show your room key or whatever, and just be able to order you a drink. If you don't like it, go and get another one. The value as far as convenience when it comes to drink packages, I would say yes. As far as for me, I can, 2-3 Manhattans, a couple of, shots of some scotch. I'd just rather just pay one drink at a time, because those drink packages average like what?
I don't know. Sometimes they can be more than a cruise. like real talk.
Yeah.
But I know people, they love it, but we don't drink that much.
Yeah.
And we do just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine. But the drinks were pretty good on the ship, because sometimes the drinks is what, but I thought the drinks were pretty good. Yeah, I just want to say, for example, great places that we liked to get our drinks on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Swim and Tonic.
Yes.
So we had a great time, Swim and Tonic. And now Swim and Tonic is all adult. When we went, there was kids in there. It's like a swim-up bar on a ship. Why are there kids? And they listened to you and us and everyone who kind of wrote in saying that was a no-no. So other great spots on the ship, like I said, the Swim and Tonic, and it's now all adult because they were listening to the survey that they have you take after the cruise. So they read it, they listen to us, they answered. Also, the Hideaway was a great spot. Yes, because it is 18 and up, so it's an adult area on the ship, and it has its own bar, and just, really nice, really sexy.
It is.
They have the suspended infinity pool.
Yes.
Looking over the edge of the ship.
The views of the back of the ship from there, especially if you are, when we left out of Miami there during the sunset time, man, oh my Lord, spectacular. Those are the things that I like to do when I'm on the ship, man. Just sitting there chilling, listen to some good music, with a nice cocktail. I'm good.
You made me think about when we left Miami, we were in the Grove area.
Mm-hmm.
And on the top deck, and the views are the best views, even better than the Hideaway views. Those views were really spectacular where we were at.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay,
yeah,
so when you say Hideaway,
the Hideaway was on the totally other side of the ship. It was the infinity pool with the adults and stuff.
Right.
That's not where we sailed away from. We sailed away in that private area for suites and Diamond Plus and Pinnacle people.
Okay, but no, I meant the back of the ship, the Hideaway, infinity pool, because it was kind of still small, that infinity pool area. The pool itself was still kind of small. I was surprised.
Not to me. Not
to
me.
So?
And compared to what on a ship? That's a huge pool. It's bigger than a lot of pools that I see. And then they had some other ones on the side that were a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was huge.
Okay.
And for it to be that huge and only adults, I know the difference. You know what? On Icon, it looked smaller. And I don't know if it was smaller or if it was just more people in it.
Okay.
But my memory is coming from the fact that I did Star of the Seas, which is almost identical to Icon of the Seas. And I'm thinking about what I saw last month.
Yeah.
And it was huge. So either the pool is larger on Star of the Seas, or it just, you could see the real size of it because it wasn't as crowded.
I wonder.
It was not as crowded.
Is it okay if I look it up to see on my phone?
Sure.
Let's see.
But yeah, that's a really great area. The 1400 bar, which is in the promenade, is a great area. And in that area, that's the only place that you can get those cool drinks that you see people posting on social media that has a little bubble on top.
Yeah,
that's at the 1400 bar.
Okay.
And I've been wanting to try that drink. And I mean, there's so much to do on Icon of the Seas that you just have to prepare yourself that you won't do everything.
Oh no. Oh, you can forget that. You can forget that. That's why I'm over here like, wait, let me go pull up my phone because I want to see again because it's so much. And you look at one thing and be like, oh my God. Then you go around the corner and be like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So you just constantly want to see and see and see, you know, and then you're not going to get to it. You're not, even on a 7-day ship cruise, you still not going to get to everything. It's impossible.
It really
It's impossible. The ship, the size of the ship is literally like a full resort, like an Orlando resort, a Vegas casino type resort. SE. It's that big.
Yes.
It's that much to see on there. No,
and you really capture when you're just like, oh my God, because that's what type of cruise this is. You know, sometimes you go on cruises, you be like, oh my God, I had so much fun, or oh, it's so fun. This is so fun. This is just a wow. Oh wow. Oh my God. It's that.
It's that.
And I've heard so many people say that, and everyone who's gone is just saying that's just what it is. It's just really just like jaw dropping, and if that's what you want.
That's real talk. No, if you want to go on a cruise just for the ship itself, like honestly, when we go again, I don't have to get off of the ship. I don't have to get off of the ship. It's that much to do, and it's so much entertainment on there. Whether it's shopping, whether it's food, it's casinos, the shows, the lounges, everything. No, straight up. No, that was good stuff right
Definitely, there. They have the dueling pianos that people are really loving. They have, the comedy club, and all of these are in like separate locations. They have the karaoke. You know how sometimes like a lot of ships they be like, okay, and you go to this spot, and at this time it's karaoke, and then at this time it's no. They have like a separate space for everything. Karaoke is only in the karaoke spot. You know, comedy is only in the comedy spot. Dueling pianos. They have the boleros, the Latin plays.
Oh, yes, that was a lot of fun. The pool tables, the arcade. Remember we was playing. Was it Miss Pac-Man? Yeah. And even in that.
And Playmakers. It's really large, and there's a lot of stuff to do in there. There's so much stuff to do. Drinks are good. And let's talk about food other than the Windjammer.
Okay.
You have your main dining room. And this is my thing. I mean, if it's, elegant night or something, I go to the main dining room. But I learned that a lot of times I miss other things when I go to the main dining room to eat on a ship like this. It's like, because people are like, well, how do I go and eat and go to the show? You may not be able to. Depending on, unless you go super early. So sometimes it's the main dining room, and sometimes it's just the Windjammer, or it's the Aqua Market, or Surfside, Deck 7. They have a Surfside eatery, which they kind of advertise as like a separate buffet for kids, but a lot of times the kids aren't there. And they have like basically the main food that's in the Windjammer. They have it there, but it's less crowded and there's no people, and it can be a lot faster. Speaking of faster, there's a lot of grab and go food on the ship that I love. The Pearl Café, you can go and grab and go. You don't have to stay in line.
That's right. I enjoyed that a lot too. Yeah. For the sandwiches, desserts, coffee. But you know what? I just want to go back one more time about the importance of planning out that trip prior to, or having an expert like you. I'm just saying. I know she my wife, y'all. She fine too. Now I ain't gonna even lie. That's my girl. I'm just saying. But I didn't really understand the value of planning out certain things. Like you just said, you may not do all of the entertainment if you want to do specialty dining as well. So if you're on a 7-day trip, then you say, okay, all right, well, the first day we're going to just chill. And maybe it'll just be Windjammer. It may just be the whole day we're just going to do buffet style. And then if it's Tuesday or day 2, you say, all right, well, we're going to go to the Wizard of Oz. because that's the time we can get in, and then it might be day 3 of specialty dining. So once you plan it out like that, you at least feel like you really truly enjoyed the ship and never really felt like you were being rushed trying to jump from one thing to the next. And that's the thing I don't like when we travel.
Right, and I love specialty dining. I love specialty dining on Royal Caribbean. They even have that Empire Suppers Club. My thing is, if you're going to do the Empire Suppers Club, I would say do that first day, second day, because like somebody like me, after I get to eating all this food, I won't even be able to eat all the food they give you at the Empire Suppers Club. We didn't go and do the Empire Suppers Club.
Okay.
That's the one that's on deck 8 outside Central Park, and they have on Icon, it's that like New York thing, you know, like the almost like the flappers type, what have you. But it's so much food, so I've been hearing if you're gonna do that early. But there's so much free food on the ship, you really don't need to do any specialty dining, and you will still not like run out of variety. They have base camp that's added on Icon class ships that's not on any other ships. That's like right after you get from Hideaway or right after you go from Thrill Island, and they have tater tots, they have you know, pretzel bites, they have burgers, which people are saying is really good. I haven't tried their burger because I'm like pro Carnival guys burger, but you know, my son said it was really good. And that's the thing too. Oh, that's so sweet.
She's so pretty. This is my baby. She's so pretty.
I have to insert the picture. But yeah, that was in the main dining room, and we went on the main dining room on one of the formal nights. I think it was 2 formal nights that we went to the main dining room. But I was just talking about the base camp with the pretzel bites and the burgers and all of that. That's a new area that's not on any of the Oasis class ships. The Aqua Market is new by the AquaDome, and they have like 4 or 5 different food places where you can get food. It really helps to like spread people out, so it's not crowded. That's the thing. People say, I can't do a big ship because it's 7,000 people. It's going to be so crowded. There was more space on this ship, more seats, more lounge chairs, more everything on this ship than any other ship I've ever been on. And that is the truth.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
Honest truth for our honest review.
No, straight up. As far as size of the ship and the spaciousness and the activities and having so many different things and food places that people can eat at and not feeling crowded, I give it a thumbs up, hands down. It appears to me that the designers and the engineers and all of the brains of behind the scenes of designing the ship saw all of the problems with the other Royal Caribbean ships and said, okay, let's fix that. And how can we improve upon the things that were going right on those other ships? Because they got it right with this one.
They definitely did. Oh my God. And speaking of getting it right, elevators, best elevators on
oh my Lord.
ship.
Oh my God. The elevators, for that many people with the size of the ship, we didn't have no problems.
No, not at all.
I was shocked by that because we've gone on some of them darn cruise ships, man, and with the pushing the button in there, you know, it's like they trying to figure out how many people going to be in it and letter C and then letter I, and they weren't working.
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about, the Carnival Forensic. Okay, that is always an elevator nightmare, and they call their elevators smart elevators. But here, it's not like you have to push it for however many people. It's just, you just tell it like, hey, you know, this is what floor I want to go to, and then it'll tell you what letter to go to, and it's as simple as that. So when you get in, there's nothing to push or anything. It'll just take you right to that floor. And I would say basically for starter seas, it was the same. Best elevator system ever. But one more thing I want to say about the food before we move on is, and this tip here, you're going to have to just go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button, because that's how huge this tip is. And say thank you in the comment section. On Caribbean night, when it is Caribbean night, and don't go by the attire, go by what the theme is in the Windjammer. They have oxtails in the Windjammer. So if you go to the main dining room, Caribbean night, they're going to have a totally different menu. But if you're looking for the oxtails, the jerk chicken, the jerk pork, that is going to be in the Windjammer. Now, a lot of people skip out on the main dining room when it's oxtails night. So yes, they do have that on Icon. Believe they have that on, definitely had it on Star, but they have it on some Oasis class ships too.
Was it on the Allure?
Actually, you know, I had never had oxtails when we did Allure, so I don't know. But it was actually on Ovation. When we did Ovation in the Seas, that video is on our channel. We did that in June when it came to Los Angeles, and they had oxtails on their Caribbean buffet. So check out that Caribbean buffet in Windjammer.
I know y'all like y'all oxtails out there. Oh, oxtail eating.
You don't like them?
I mean, they fine, you know, they was decent, you know, but I wanted to say too that if folks don't necessarily go into the specialty dining, a lot of times they had things that were served in the specialty dining in Windjammer. Like if they wanted to save the money on some of that stuff. Strip steak we had one time that was also served at some of the specialty dining.
So you're talking about like, hey, if you had like the main dining room and you want to add lobster, you're just talking about that? Yeah. Yeah, to me, that's not the same experience as specialty dining at all. You may be able to take an item from, but no, it's not. No, that's not going to give you the same. It will not give you the same experience.
No, that's true.
At all. So.
Right, I agree.
I just feel like a lot of the specialty dining restaurants that's on this cruise ship are on other Royal Caribbean cruise ships. And unless you know, eating is your thing and you don't want all the great free food they have, then okay. But me, I would do that on a lower class ship and spend this time doing something else. Because specialty dining takes time. It takes time away from your day. It takes time away from your evening. So.
Yeah, but you can also use that as a date night. One of the things that I do like about a 7-day cruise, if I was going to give this like an overall, I would say that this particular ship it's actually good for couples. It's good for families. It's good for short getaways because there's a lot that you could do on the ship. Like I said earlier, it's like a Vegas resort where you got gambling, you got shows, you got fantastic restaurants, you got great accommodations, and you moving up and down the strip because you're going to all of these different ports. So I recommend it for couples. I definitely recommend it for families because the way they have things separated on the ship for families too, the water slides, I mean, all that thing. It is an amazing ship. So I definitely give it 2 thumbs up, hands down. I also greatly recommend that you speak with a professional travel agent. You know, I'm just saying somebody that is, a professional that can help you to actually plan out that trip, especially if you're going to do a 7-day experience on the Icon of the Seas, because just literally take some time and say, okay, on this day we're going to do specialty dining. On this day we're going to go to the Wizard of Oz, or we're going to spend time in the AquaDome, and we're going to do the water shows. Just really kind of plan it out. And so make some comments, let us know if there's anything that you would like to know or other experiences that you would like to have while you're on this ship, and myself and Shira would definitely reach out to you.
All right, well, I have to just kind of echo what you said. Icon of the Seas. Is it worth the hype, or is it something that you should just skip? And I'm going to say it's worth the hype. And you're always going to have some people who don't like it, but I feel like they just didn't know what to do. Because I do feel like this ship is for all people. It is for couples. You want to have romantic, celebrate your anniversary, or just kind of rekindle that spark. This is the ship for you. If you're trying to go with a big group, it's like, girls trip, this ship is for you. Couples trip, this ship is for you. Family reunion, grandma's 100th birthday, this ship is for you. And of course, you have kids. They will have a blast. We didn't really discuss like the different kids clubs that they have, but they have it for the different age levels. Surfside, they have, like you said, Thrill Island, which is where all the water parks, the largest water park at sea. They have the flow rider, they have the rock climbing wall, they have a laser tag, they have an escape room.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yes. And even an escape room, which is really great for families. So everything is here on this ship. It is worth the hype. You are going to see a higher price tag for this ship, and it's because it's worth it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree.